Good people, Kai Storm in the building.
Damn, Rude, try not to be so fine next time, girl. Just turn it down a little bit. Bitch.
Turn up, turn up.
In the motherfucking building. Yes.
That, I know you all have this podcast, Marijuana, Sex, and Motherhood, Sex, and Marijuana. I hope that you all are experiencing the most out of your sexual life as you can. Don't wait for somebody special. If you gotta fuck now, just fuck. Get that nut. Word. It makes you happier. You don't need love to have great sex. You just need to love yourself.
Talks about the judgment of
You're damn right my hard-working ass is going to buy another eighth.
You damn right. I need to smoke in order not to kill your ass.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, my pum-pum gets extra wet when I'm high.
Yes!
Exclusive.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need it.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Who is you? For make me believe otherwise. You couldn't stop what God create. A greatness running on my blood. Hello?
What's good, people? Kai Storm in the building. Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana in the building. 4th episode of Season 9, Prime Cloud Time. And Ruby might not make it to this episode, but shit, you already know. We got shit to do and shit got to get done. You know what I'm saying? So yes, this episode is a special episode because we got the dank Duchess in the motherfucking building. Yes. And since she sent me a whole bio, I'm going to go ahead and read that shit. And since I had a couple of practices, since I thought I was recording and I was recording with no sound, I'll be doing better this time around. You know what I'm saying? So, the Dank Duchess is a globally respected hash consultant, cannabis cultivator, and educator with over 20 years of experience. Trained by Frenchie Cannoli and molded by other legends, she teaches solventless techniques to audiences worldwide, empowering cultivators and hash makers alike to refine their craft. Her consulting work spans continents, shaping operations from boutique grows to major facilities. Also, a published author in Weed World UK, Cannabis Now, Skunk Magazine, and in several books, Duchess is a sought-after voice in cannabis media and education. She founded the International Women's Cannabis Conference to spotlight female leaders globally, focusing on empowering black and brown women to grow cannabis and claim personal agency in their healing. She founded Mocha Mary Jane. She serves on the boards of National Applied Pharmacognosy Network and ACHEM, Advancing Cannabis Science and Health Equity. Infusing the plant in all parts of her life, she declares, "Cannabis flower fuels my power, and my niche is hashish." Yes, indeed. I'm definitely glad to get her on the show, and I'm definitely looking forward to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. Check out my book. Definitely spread the word. Tell a friend. Yes, I got a YouTube channel on here too. So not only subscribe to this channel, but subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And check out Dank Duchess information in the description box. Yes. Indeed. And I'm ready. Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes. I don't think Ruby is joining us, so we're gonna get the show started. I thought we was gonna start at 7:15, But my girl decided to join right now, so we gonna get it on because she busy and shit. Yes. Yes. Yes, motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes, you are here with the Dank Duchess. Yes, indeed. We are so happy to have you in the building, Queen. Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, honey. I had you on my Wi-Fi, and that was, problematic. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, definitely.
Oh, but it went back on my Bluetooth. Let me turn my Bluetooth on.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
My Bluetooth, my headphones are just like, pick me, pick me. I'm like, yeah. Like, it's not gonna be. You are a headphone. Let's try this again. Let's see. I will do this, son. I will do this in front of these people's house.
Here.
I'm here. I'm having this event, right? Well, I'm not having an event. I'm doing an event. I'm at an event, and I thought I'd be home by now, and I'm not. And there was nowhere quiet at the event to be, so I am now outside. But there's such lovely sun, and I want to take advantage of that.
Oh,
I
yes,
guess
definitely.
let's see, honey. Let's see what we can do here, though.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The sun just be blessing. Get some glasses because I can't see.
Oh, we love the sun, especially when it's kissing melanin skin. Yes, indeed. But yes, thank you for being on the show. Absolutely. I'll wait till you put your headphones on and everything.
Yeah, actually, now mind you, I took the Bluetooth off, and now I'm putting the Bluetooth back on. So
Okay.
let's see. Because now I'm concerned about the highway. That's like, hold on a second.
Well, shit, I'm in New
Yeah.
York, so you know what I'm saying. New York City don't know how to be quiet, so I just
I'm
expect we might hear some New York City noise every now and then.
I mean, I'm in New York also. I'm what is this called? Shit, in front on top of Red Hook, Grosvenor. I'm close to Red
Roslyn?
Hook. I said Grosvenor. No. That's
Oh,
Gowanus. Gowanus. I'm in Gowanus right now.
oh,
I was like,
okay,
where am
okay.
I? I'm at Gowanus. There's PIFCon is going on right now around the corner, and I stopped in to be a custody. I'm just so tired. I'm just like, oh God, I gotta buy weed, but my plants weren't ready, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel it. I feel it. But thank you so much for making time for us. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I clearly see you got a busy schedule, and I damn sure
Mhm.
don't plan to keep you. But I think we may have met in passing, maybe at the cannabis expo, maybe at one of these parties what is it, work and
Work and
roll,
roll, work
or
and roll.
something of that nature. Either way, I've
Hold on a
definitely.
second. I'm just taking advantage of this lovely sun. Oh, okay, darling. But I gotta be honest, this is not my house. So I'm just like literally just taking advantage of this lovely sun. I saw you and I just wanted to let you know that. Sorry, I'm in front of somebody's house. So I just wanted to let them know I was taking advantage of this lovely sun. Gotta be
Oh,
polite, right?
yes. We don't. We definitely want people to know so they don't, call the wrong folk on us. You know what I'm saying?
You know how it goes. Although, my car is right in front of me, I got the door open. One would think that, like, obviously she's not doing anything, but
Yes.
narratives can be built in any way.
Oh yes, we already know how that go. But yes, like I was saying, that I've been quietly following your trailblazing trend, and it wasn't until I read your bio that you sent us. Thank you for sending that bio, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely until I read, I saw like you've been in this business for 20 years. That means that, I mean, but then again, I still would need to know if you were in the business for 20 years on the West Coast or just in general,
Oh no.
because I know for a fact that, as far as on the East Coast, it took a minute to be legal. So,
No, I mean, like, most of us who are really doing it weren't legal. I have no problem with saying that. I was growing weed in
Mhm.
Florida for 10 years, which obviously wasn't legal, was not legal in Florida right now. But I had to do what I needed to do to take care of my medicine, and I couldn't afford to be a custody. I mean, I couldn't
Right.
afford to be a custody right now, the amount of medicine that I need on a monthly basis. So I was in Florida, and then in 2014, I moved out to California because I wanted to grow a lot more cannabis. That was it. I
Right.
wanted to grow a lot more cannabis, and that's where my hash journey started.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your first introduction into marijuana in the first place?
Well, I had this boyfriend. So I was in college and I had this boyfriend, well, I had this new boyfriend who was really smart, and but I couldn't understand why he smoked so much cannabis. How could he be so smart and smoke so much cannabis? You know, I was definitely from 80s Nancy Reagan era. You know, I was definitely
Mm-hmm.
just say no, went all the way
Right.
through high school, college, never even been drunk in my life, right? But then one
Right.
day, I saw a bowl, and you know, it's really been art. I saw a really beautiful piece of glass, and I just wanted to consume it. It's really hard to explain that, but I just want to consume it. And I actually irrationally felt like anything associated with such a pretty piece of art couldn't be that bad. And I decided
Right.
to put my, you know, I put my brains on the line there. You know, it was going to turn into maybe some scrambled eggs. And as soon as I took my first puff, I was like, these MFers lied. I did calculus for 2 straight years when I would smoke just to make sure that my brain was still good. Um,
Mm.
but that really just changed my life. It really set me on a path of like, oh no, my life is going to be completely different because I'm a pretty binary person. You know, I had gone to school for mathematics and then psychology, and cannabis let me see all the grays, and I will fight to the death to see all the grays in life rather than anything being rigid and dogmatic. So that's how I got
Right.
into cannabis back in 2020. I mean, in 2003, because I was growing before I went to Panama. I think 2003, 2004. Yeah, 2003. I started at the end of 2003. I started growing cannabis, and I mean, I'm growing to now. It's 2025, and I'm only here at this event because I didn't set up my harvest schedule properly, or should I say my growing schedule, and so I'm
Right.
off by several weeks, and I'm not gonna have medicine in time. So I basically had to come out here and buy some plants.
Right. Oh my God. And that I love that you decide you went on the West Coast and you decided to take advantage of laws out there in order to
Mm-hmm.
grow your own medicine and
Yes.
become your own supplier. So as far as your supply, is it just all personal growth, or do you spread the love like Brooklyn?
Oh no, because be real honest, I came back to New York in 2022, and I am living in the apartment above my mom's. And my
Oh,
mom is just, yeah, she I'm living in her apartment where it's the two of us, and my mom is just always concerned, understandably, about making sure I stay within the limits. My mom's paying attention to all kinds of news and things, and she's just
mm,
like, I could have sworn they said that you need to grow. And I'm like, see, this is why I moved out to California in the first
right,
place. So no, really it's just about my personal needs, and enough for me to be able to pretty much make it through harvest and to have hash to make it through harvest. Anything else in terms of like hash making, that's when I do my consulting and such like that.
okay. That good to hear. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as on the educational side, are you working in certain schools or certain universities? Because now I'm hearing that we have universities now that are like teaching cannabis courses and just
Mm-hmm.
being a lot more elevated, so to speak, when it comes to being educating people about the
Mm-hmm.
plant and what it does and all the benefits of it.
Well, you can definitely these days get man, you can get a master's in science and cannabis studies, and you can learn a lot about cannabis in some universities. The idea of being hands-on, which is what hash making is, hands-on touching THC plants, universities are generally skirt from that. So when I do when I've done some educational tours, they're generally on the private side, though I have done work within schools, mainly in public speaking regarding cannabis and psychedelics in in our lives, especially as a neurodivergent person. So when I'm dealing with universities, most of the times it's on the lecture side, but hands-on, that's private classes or private consultations, and you can do whatever you want at that time. But I really would love to see that the University of Maryland also has an elective on like making the best solventless ever. That'd be fantastic.
Oh yes, definitely. And I actually, one of the reasons why I asked that question is because on our last season we actually had a young lady on the show that she worked, like she was a teacher in New York City public schools, and now she was working on her own. And she was working on her own to like do to do like neighborhood programs and things of that nature to like educate people. And I even brought up the question to her, like, did she ever like, would she ever think, or do you think that New York City would ever get to the point where they would, you know what I'm saying, want to, add something like that to even, even on the public school type of level, based on the fact that, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the kids see it everywhere. The kids are smoking weed too. You know what I mean? So it's like at some point, at some point, you know what I mean? I feel like, because even in my household, I definitely try to, keep a level of educating, my children so that, they don't, jump up and get education in the street. So it's like, what's your take on that as far as, how far and how many levels of this should, if introduced into regular public school, education, how far should it go?
Well, let's talk about the practicality of it, since public schools get their money from the state, which also has federal conflations and all that. So that's going to be problematic, right? But however, I do feel, coming from California, where I've done most of my, in a way, when I was in Florida, I was very, very much underground. So I didn't have very many colleagues. In California, where since 1996, cannabis has been a daily fixture in many of my colleagues' lives. They have introduced cannabis to their children from young. Like, this is a plant. Right. This is how you grow this plant. This is a plant that takes care of mommy, daddy. This is our medicine. There are people who are going to have problems with the fact that this is my medicine. So understand that. And I think we can really, I think teaching cannabis education, again, taking the power away from learning it from the blind leading the blind, you know what I'm saying? Teenagers teaching teenagers a terrible idea. I think sensible drug policy would be that we are teaching at least middle school, even though they learn things in elementary school, at least from middle school. And people might find it surprising. My god sister was a drug counselor in New Jersey schools, and when she got the job, she was like a little bit nervous. She's like, I don't know, you might be mad about what? I'm like, totally for. I am not someone who's just like, teenagers smoke willy-nilly, it's fine. Right. I have an issue with that for a particular reason, which is one of the things that's so fantastic about cannabis is that cannabis makes the intolerable tolerable in a lot of ways. And I feel like teenagers don't yet have the emotional intelligence nor the capacity to know where some things are just not right. So therefore, you don't want to ease down the road on that. No. You got to be that. You got to be, this is not going to work out for me. And I feel like teenagers really do not have they don't have the best discernment. And sometimes cannabis can be a go along to get along kind of situation because it's all about vibes. And this is coming from someone who believes cannabis should be more available. But I'm saying with regard to teenagers, your teenager is sick, please, by all means. medicate as necessary. But the idea of some children standing on the corner smoking, that's not my vibe. That's not
Word,
my vibe.
word.
That's
Word.
not my vibe at all.
And I totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, on from as far as I'm concerned, it's definitely an education on as far as like, yes, mommy uses this medicine. It's definitely a part of the household. You know what she smell like. You ain't scared of her smell. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know she
Yep.
here. She part of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You know not to play with mommy's stuff because mommy don't play with your
Exactly.
touch.
Exactly. I don't touch
You
your
feel me?
toys. You don't touch mine.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. But and it's also understood the only people that indulge in the household are the adults.
The
So
grown-ups.
therefore
The
you ain't an
grown-ups.
adult, don't even play with nothing that is only for adults. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as a pot smoker, I definitely, you know what I'm saying, we actually, we want to talk about stuff like that because we want to make sure that people understand that, yeah, that, however you want to handle it in your household is fine, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like don't feel the need to hide it, like, because it's
Yep.
not something that needs to be hidden, like it's
Yeah.
not crack, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not mad. Exactly. It's an
It's not
opportunity,
crack, so don't treat it like
opportunity to
crack.
teach. Exactly. It's an opportunity to teach wellness. It's an opportunity to teach self-acceptance, understanding, communal with self, meditating. Yeah, after you're grown up. Until
Exactly.
then, find an app.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, the grown-ups do need to meditate. Hello, we got issues, we got bills and shit. We got a whole taco going off in the motherfucking White House, and you know what I'm saying. We got a whole
Mhm.
bunch of shit to deal with. So chill out. You ain't dealing with no problems yet. Like for real, you ain't dealing with no problems yet. But speaking
No.
on that subject, do you happen to have any children?
I don't. I don't. I made my plans. I'm being real honest. I was always next year, next year, next year. And then when I hit 37, um, I really did make the conscious decision, like, man, my career is hitting quite a stride right now. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. And now I'm 46. So I mean, things have happened. I don't know. It would have to be some immaculate conception for that to happen.
Well, from what I'm hearing, you're saying you wouldn't turn the idea down if it happened.
Oh well, I mean, I'm lesbian, so I'd have to like make facts happen.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry. You know what? I should have asked you that
oh
first.
no, no, don't make me not. No, that don't make me. I was married to a man, and I thought that I could like. Not, I didn't think I could change by any means. I mean, I know it's not what your show is about, but I was married to a man who's absolutely fantastic, absolutely, just the most amazing person. He
Okay.
has a penis, has a penis. So at a certain point, I had to be like. But that's not really what I'm like really rocking with. So we can still be best friends. And so we're still
Mhm.
best friends. One of the closest people in my whole life. But so if I were to have a baby, it would have to be a definite decision. And these days, I gotta tell you, the way the world is running, I don't know if I could like hole up in a cave or anything with a little munchkin right now. You don't know what's happening, in this world.
Right. Absolutely. And at the end, but I mean, one thing I can say though is that the kids are coming out smarter. They
They
definitely
are. You
are
think I'm not
showing
noticing
up.
that? I feel like, man, I gotta combine my genes with the sign of the times. It'll be something to do. But I'm like, but I do want to just go to Thailand at the drop of a hat. So
And it's true. And Thailand would mean that you had to take the child with you, and because you should. Lord have mercy, that's a long ass trip. What
oh,
is
I
that?
just
10
did that
hours on
trip.
a flight?
10
10,
hours?
12
Hell
hours?
no. No, 21 hours. You wish it was 10
Ooh.
hours. Going to Spain alone is 9 hours. Nah, I went to Thailand. And to get to Abu Dhabi was 13 hours. And then from Abu Dhabi to Phuket in Thailand was 7 hours. It was
Ooh.
long. It was long.
Yeah, that sounds like. But then again, it sounds like you're well traveled, and
I
that's
mean,
what's
I
up.
love it, man. I love seeing cannabis all around the world, how it's infused in cultures, how it's helped people through the years. I mean, I really love it. And any place where I see like a burgeoning cannabis industry or, new laws and such. I mean, I got to Thailand literally right before it ended because now it's ended. But I just went to Thailand last month.
Oh, okay.
I was lucky. Yeah, they recriminalized recreational, and so it's only
Oh,
medical now.
oh. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming you probably have to go through a lot to get a medical license.
Well, I mean, to get a medical, you have to have a doctor, approved type situation. The problem really was though, when I got to Phuket, you'd have like 5 cannabis stores on one block.
Mm.
For one, getting a license was 20,000 baht, which was equivalent like $612.
Oh,
It costs anybody to get a license to like
boom.
sell cannabis in Thailand. So it was a real big boom for about 3 years, but it just came to an end.
And they decided to criminalize. I'm
To
assuming.
recriminalize it.
Oh well. Oh yeah. Right. To decriminalize it. So
No, recriminalize it. So now
no,
they
yeah,
consider it
that's
a
what I was saying.
narcotic.
I was saying recriminalize it. So,
Yes.
so now the black market has to because as far as I'm concerned, even here in New York, I looked at OCM and their their ever going campaign to close down these shops, and I said to
Mm-hmm.
myself, listen, people, listen. The plug is not going nowhere. I don't I it's- you I
That's true.
no I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I get it. Buy legal. I get it. The plug is going nowhere. So why fight them? Why not just give them, let them live or give them licenses? I don't know. Like, what's your take?
I wouldn't give them shit though. Sorry. But mind you, I'm not pro. Not even I'm not pro. I wouldn't give them shit off the top, but I will. I do believe in some level of grandfathering in because at the end of the day, the community obviously needs medicine. Now, my issue, and I'm not going to be saying the same words of like, oh, you could be buying like untested. We have all kinds of tested. Not, it's not. I'm not saying it like. I'm going to say tested like because it's failing tests. We got all kinds of things
Mm,
in the legal market that's failing tests. So if you're gonna come at me on some, well, it's untested, so it can't possibly be good. I'm like, I was in California where we had medical, we didn't have all the rules we have now. It was up to the dispensary to test. You knew what you were buying when you went to that particular dispensary. But there's some bad actors in the situation, and there's some people who just are stuck in the middle. And I feel like
mm,
anyone in good faith who is trying to get cannabis into the hands of people, I'm pro that situation. Do I feel
word.
like it ends up being unfair to some degree to the people who don't want to like tangle in the black market? Yes. So therefore, it's a kind of bad for everybody situation. It's
Mm,
especially bad for patients because
mm,
now you have no steady medicine. I feel like the education about cannabis is really, really poor from the patient standpoint.
mm,
And best believe, I believe everyone who smokes cannabis is a patient because cannabis is for your wellness across the board. So
word.
everybody is attending to their ECS in some kind of way. So I wouldn't necessarily. So my thing wouldn't be like just give anybody licenses off the top. But then I'm a little bit funny about the license process as it stands. So
Right,
I'm
right.
not the right person to ask. Hold down.
Right, right. No, no, no. The main
I'm
reason why
kind of
I asked
like I'm on some
because I feel
farmers
like
market kind of thing.
right. No, main reason why I asked because I feel like you definitely like have had discussions or have been in
Mhm.
spaces where the legal versus illegal market has been discussed, especially in New York City, and like you said, like you said, it's about what I mean. I'm getting what I need, and your man got the right price that I want to pay. Therefore, what's the problem? Like,
What's the
what's the
problem? I
problem
mean,
here?
because at
What's
the
the
end of
real
the
issue
day,
here?
At the
then
end,
like you said, the licenses, because from what we've heard, especially with New York City and how they handle it, we already know like New York City is all about that paper. They more concerned about handing you something that says you good, but rather than just so that they can now jump in your pockets real hard.
I mean,
So
they really jumped in pots. I mean, look at what happened in California with regards to regulation and taxes. Oh my God,
Mhm.
that's crazy. And you know who's not making the big bucks? The farmer. And that's a big
Exactly.
issue. Considering the fact that the farmer is the one's growing it, you would think the farmer is making the most money, and the farmer is making jack.
Right,
The
because
farmer,
I'm assuming the farmer is probably selling at wholesale or doing some kind of consignment deal, and it's like at that point it's like I gotta wait until I get paid. Like, wait a minute.
all kinds of things like that. And the farmers, I mean, the farmers are just always constantly mistreated. The middleman makes, the distributor often makes a more of a hefty buck than the farmer makes. And then
Hmm.
the retailers are like feeling like they have to make their money. So then you walking out the door with the $80 eighth. Like what?
And baby, that's the decision. And walking out the door with an $80 eighth. No, you mean me walking out the door and telling you to keep that $80 eighth on the shelf
Exactly.
because I'm
See,
gonna go find for $80. I'm gonna go find a
exactly.
whole better deal. Excuse me, because
Hmm.
I'm a whole chimney, so an eighth will disappear before between the store and my house. Like,
See,
excuse you. Before I reach my house, the eighth could disappear. Because who you talking
indeed,
to? You
indeed.
talking to some kind of? I mean, like homegirl said, you giving a whale a tic tac, a tic tac.
Yeah.
The fuck you talking about? We can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no.
Mhm.
So as far as I did see in your bio that you're an author and you also wrote books. Now, could you tell me more about those?
Well, I have contributed to books. I've contributed a chapter about rolling temple balls. I don't know, I guess 9 years ago, to Ed Rosenthal's book, This Bud's for You. This Bud's for You
Mm-hmm.
too, I think. So Ed Rosenthal is a very prolific author in the cannabis space, and I wrote that chapter with my mentor, Frenchie Canoli's a big time hash maker, who unfortunately passed back in 21. And then this other book called How Psychedelics Can Help Save the World by Stephen Gray. I wrote a chapter on growing cannabis as spiritual practice. So that's been cool. And the vast majority of my writing have been in like, I think I've written maybe 40 something articles, maybe 49 articles about hash in the last, set of years. So I've written a lot about hash. I'm pretty
Right.
obsessed about resin, and these days I'm not exactly pivoting, but I'm really wanting to talk a lot more about how to integrate certain things into my life to make myself have a better life. At 46, I'm in a different place now. When I was 35, and I was just getting on social media to talk about cannabis, I'm in a different place.
Mm. Mm. Now, I'm glad you brought up social media and cannabis. Now, now, because for us, what I'm saying, we haven't had too much trouble. You know what I mean? Not too much, of blockage as far as like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and things of that nature. Now, on YouTube, it's been a little bit of an extra, not too much in the algorithms, but but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe you got to get used to the words motherhood, sex, and marijuana together in one place. I don't know what it is, but we not going nowhere. Hello, we
That's
not going
good.
nowhere. You know what I mean? How has it been for you? How's it been? How has social media been treating you, and as far as anything that you post, as far as your content or anything that has to do with cannabis?
Well, I've been shadow banned for a long time. I expect that at this point. Pretty much every single post that I make is problematic. So
Mm.
it is what it is. Like, like every post, I'm gonna be showing my garden. I'm gonna be showing chillum. I'm gonna be showing how to make cash. I'm gonna be showing mushrooms, all of that. So it's been at least 8 years that I've been shadow banned. It is what it is, though. It's one of these situations where, like, and I've gone through periods where, like, even right now, I remember when I used to post like 4 times a day, and now I'm posting once a week, maybe. Uh, there's a lot. The feedback is not great from Instagram in general. Facebook,
Mm.
either it's for people who are not wanting to speak in euphemisms, for people who are really talking about cannabis in an in-depth way. Um, Social media is not the most helpful in terms of the algorithm, but at the same
Mm.
time, it is a way to disseminate information. And if people aren't using their website along with social media, then they're really missing out. So it really comes down to putting effort into your website and then doing old school tactics like SEO within the website, Google Ads, all types of things to bring eyes to your page, which has
Mm.
a
High Storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Rolling Papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana Rolling Papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah?
more substantial presence than the ephemeral positioning of social media.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for those tips. Definitely. We appreciate
Hmm.
those for ourselves and for anybody that's listening. This episode will
Hmm.
definitely be posted on YouTube on August 10th. So I just
Hmm.
wanted to make sure and let you know that before we go on. And you did mention you're a lesbian. So can we talk a little bit about love life, or is that off the?
Well, I'm doing a little quiet thing for a couple months right now, but I'm happy.
Nice, nice. That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm
Shit, we
happy.
love to hear about love. We love to hear about love. You know what
Me
I mean?
too.
Is there somebody we see that we possibly could see us getting married in the future, or we good on marriage? Period.
Oh no, marriage was great. Shoot, I mean, I'm sorry, I love getting married. It just
Mm.
yeah. No, I see that.
Okay, okay. See, that's I got brighter and shit. So I'm like, oh shit. Well, okay. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
That's
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, how did we meet? Was this somebody that we ran into in person, or did we do
nah, it's
the
somebody who's in
internet
my
thing?
nah, someone in my circle, but I'm gonna keep it at that for a second. With some in my circle, some I've known for a couple years, so.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? See, I mean, because Ruby was busy, Ruby wasn't able to join in. She usually is the one that would get, further in people business. I just try to touch it, touch here, touch there. And then as soon as somebody said, go, all right, that's enough, I'll be like, all right, you right. Cause I ain't that nosy. No, no, no. I know how to keep it respectful, child. No, no,
He
no.
hilarious.
But no, so what's in the future? What are we doing in the future that we want people to come out? Because like I said, this will be posted on YouTube on August 10th. And if you
Well,
got something going on after that, you want people to know about it, this is a good time to talk about it.
well, I mean, something will be happening on August 10th, so that's not so helpful, but it happens every month. I am the host of the International Women's Cannabis Conference, and we skipped this July month. We skipped it because it's falling on 4th of July time,
Oh,
and basically people are going to do the family thing.
mhm,
But every
mhm.
month I feature between 14 and 20 women and non-binary speakers. They speak for about 25 minutes on their their expertise, and they're
Nice.
paid. And that's a different standard in the skin industry because I mean, not only do we sometimes, most of the times, don't have an option of being paid, but sometimes being in conferences is pay to play, and that's not the case. So if you are a speaker in my conference, if a person is a speaker, they're paid a base salary besides commission because we're not doing this like, oh, let me pick your brain thing anymore. I'm tired of that. I've done it enough times, and I actually do want to avoid some of the up and coming people, even the established people who are just not being paid their worth for what they bring to the table, and some of the up and comings for them to have that standard of if people want your time, make sure they're paying for it. They want your expertise, make sure they're paying for it. So, so that's a big thing. I'm going to go. I'm dropping a line this year with a friend. I haven't been on the shelves for 8 years, but I am going back into production with a line of hash called Privé, and that is going to be later this year. I'm going to Brazil later this year. You know, still doing the kind of the international thing. Brazil, probably go back to Barcelona. Might do a line in Massachusetts also. Not might, I am. That's scheduled already. Girl, make it to your make it to your consult. So I am doing a line of hashing in Massachusetts as well. You know, I'm just kind of like revving up again. I really took a good amount of time to see a lot more of cannabis and kind of get my head right. Had a couple of breakdowns along the way, but now I'm getting back. So there's that.
And see, that's the beautiful thing. You know what I mean? You didn't let the breakdown or the, the small step, the small mishap, stop your ongoing goals for happening. You know what I mean? So, so absolutely, congratulations on that. And
Thank
we
you.
absolutely look forward to that. And when you say your launch, is it going to be on the West Coast, or is it going to be
no, it's in New York. I live here. So we launched it right here.
Okay.
My partner's from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn, so it's gonna be right here.
Nice. Okay. Well, shit, I look forward to it. So we're gonna be launching, and when you make the announcement, definitely let us know. We'll definitely
It's gonna be a big
promote it
deal.
on
It's been 8
on our
years.
social media.
We're doing parties and everything. It's gonna be a big deal because it's been 8 years that I haven't been on the market.
Nice.
My information's been on the market and I've taught a lot of people, but in terms of actual product, it has been not since the end of 2017. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's what's up. Congratulations again for that.
Thank
Absolutely. And you know what I mean? I definitely thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you, spending time with us. And of course, as soon as we drop this on YouTube, we'll make sure and send you the link. And of course, if you're already subscribed to Motherhood Sex Marijuana, you'll get the notification. And
I will.
That's what's up. We definitely am glad to have you on the show. And if in the future you have any updates that you'd like to come back on the show and let us know about, feel free. You're always welcome. As soon as you become a guest on our show, you're all or you can return at any point in time. And by the next time that'll be the time where you could definitely meet Ruby, because Ruby will be here for the next time. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm down. I'm definitely down.
I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. And of course,
thank you.
Yes, of course, we'll drop your information so that people will follow you and follow your journey on in our description. And we definitely did subscribe to your YouTube channel, so we'll make sure and tag your YouTube channel to this video. Of course, Queen. And thank you so much for being on the show of Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana in the motherfucking building with the dank Duchess. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Queen. I'll let you go here and have a good night and stay safe.
You stay safe as well. Bye.
All right now. Bye-bye now, Queen.